do it with intensity or not at all.
Quiet down. Welcome to the Intensity Podcast. Hans the Hammer Hartleben with you day after Memorial Day. How was your weekend? How do you look at Memorial Day weekend? Is it a party? You get work done around the house? Do you think about all those veterans who lost their life in service? And any veteran who lost their life in service is what the holiday is for. It's not just combat veterans who were killed in action, okay? So that's important to know. Very important. Huge weekend. Kind of the start of the summer. Who has your back? Speaking of Memorial Day, we had our Johnny Maddock Memorial Day workout at Fire Fitness Camp, and I was delivering my opening speech. A little bit about Johnny, who he was to me, what kind of guy he was. And he was a team player. And you don't see it as much as you used to, but this guy he didn't have everybody's back. He had his friends' back. He had his fellow soldiers' back. And he was the one on the machine gun up top on the Humvee. Iraqi freedom, 2004. So right there, just right there, him taking that position, he raised his hand for that because I know him. Obviously, I know him. But that just right there shows you what kind of a guy he was. I'll take that. It's the most dangerous spot. Yeah, back then they didn't have the armored sides up on the gun station, the turret. So it was more dangerous, and that's what ultimately took his life, IED. Improvised explosive device. And just thinking about soldiers and being in a foxhole. We talk about being in the trenches, but you guys really realize what does it mean being in the trenches? You know what a foxhole is, right? In combat, during war. One guy, and they used to even call them butt buddies. I know it's not a typical term that's used by everybody, like publicly, if you look it up in the dictionary. But a butt buddy was your partner in the foxhole, and you guys were butt to butt. Somebody had each other. Somebody had your six. That partner had your six, and you had his. Being in the foxhole. Who has your six? Whose six do you have? Remember, to have a friend, you got to be a friend. And you can't have everybody's back, and you can't be friends to everybody. So who do you pick? Very interesting topic. It's about being loyal. Loyalty is rare because integrity is rare. Loyalty isn't about agreeing. It's about standing your ground with someone, even when it's inconvenient. That's the problem right there. That's the adversity. Because it's inconvenient. Because you got to go over and beyond your comfort zone to have somebody's back. Real loyalty shows up when it costs you something. So even if you're sticking up for somebody on Facebook, social media of any kind, it could cost you something. People could start harassing you. They could get on you. People don't like that. They're scared. And everybody wants to be popular. That's the separation. A lot of people are loyal until they get uncomfortable. That's not loyalty. That's convenience. Am I right or am I right? Less and less loyalty. I'll tell you the situation. Because here's a situation. This is a story, a true story that happened to me. And it's about having each other's back. Late night, 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, after bar, Village Apartments, after bar party. I don't know what happened with some people that I wasn't really good friends with. Acquaintances. And there's a couple security guards that, to me, they were on drugs. They sounded like they were on something, a stimulant of some kind. And they were like kicking us out. We're getting to our car. They're kicking us out of the whole the complex, the parking lot. Like, what are you talking about? And then they were like being violent and very aggressive and coming at us. So I punched one of the guys. He had it coming. I thought that would resolve it because it has resolved that issue many times. I punch hard. But he had one of these black, like, police grade flashlights. You know, the metal flashlights, batteries, not LED, the old school flashlights. And these security guards were just out of line. And they started hitting me with the flashlights. I mean, smashing. I remember my arms were up. My forearms were just, I'm blocking most of them. I'm getting hit hard. And I'm actually running away. I'm running away because I see the severity of the situation. And it's escalating quick. So I'm running. I'm stopping. I'm fighting them off. I'm punching. I'm landing. It's not phasing them. And they keep coming. And in my mind, I still remember how I felt. They were trying to kill me. Highly aggressive and highly stimulated. Cocaine, whatever, I don't know. It wasn't normal. And the whole situation just came unglued. So I'm running, and the people I was with now, they're in the car. I'm running alongside of the car. Obviously they didn't fight the people, so that's fine. But I needed a getaway car. I'm fighting them off, running. Car stayed with me for a while, and this went on for a couple 100 yards. And eventually the guy in the car drove away. All he had to do was stop for a second, let me in. But these guys were aggressive, mean as hell, and they're trying to freaking kill me. So they drove off. The guy driving the car didn't have my back, needless to say. But the other guy, the other security guard, he had his back. They're like, let's fucking do this. They could risk getting their ass kicked too. They had weapons, but still. One of them was provoked, and he got the other one. The other one jumped in. Okay? So he had his back. He had his six. He was willing to get uncomfortable. He got punched many times. And my people fled. So, not a great night. Having each other's six. Think about the military mindset, though. Back to the foxholes. Watching each other's back in life or death. Serious circumstances. How do you relate that in business? In business and life, it's not life or death, but it's success or failure a lot of times. If your people don't feel safe to fail, speak up or fight forward, you don't have a team. You just have coworkers. So your team around you, your coworkers, your crew, You got to stick up for each other when it's uncomfortable. When they're going to when they could risk failing. You got to step forward if you really want to go somewhere. If you really want to survive, that needs to happen. Tell me I'm wrong. Loyalty versus enabling. Be real. Loyalty doesn't mean agreeing with bullshit or staying silent. And I see that a lot. Staying silent to somebody publicly, but then taking them on the side. Oh, yeah, hey, I agree with you on that. Where the fuck were you? Where were you when everybody was talking shit then? I heard nothing from you and you pulled me aside. You were a coward. Get away from me. You're somebody I'm trying to delete from my life. Loyalty doesn't lie to you. In a way, somebody faking that's a lie. Oh, I have your back. No, you didn't. You didn't. Don't recreate history. Don't try to create something that wasn't there. We all know what was there. And it wasn't you. Call out your people when it's needed. That's loyalty. And I relate it back to the boot camp, fire fitness camp. Group fitness. Having each other's back is saying, hey, you're going to show up tomorrow. You're going to be there tomorrow. Let's go heavier on this. Come on, give me 3 more box jumps. Let's do that. Your partner, your peers. You do it because you care about the person. It's not always comfortable. It's not always fun. It's not always pleasant. But if it comes from a good place and it has a good ending point, like I'm going to get better. If the guy makes me do 3 more box jumps, I got better. Unless I'm literally out of chemicals, no ATP, nothing, and I'm going to risk getting hurt. Now you're just negligent and stupid. What else? A lot of betrayal, and it doesn't come from enemies. It comes from the insiders. There's a cost of letting snakes stay in your circle. Why are you letting them stay with you? You're smart. We are gifted with the best frickin' common sense. We have amazing common sense, and we just, with Google, and we think too much, and we Google too much. We overwork the reality of the questions. It's simple. You don't think you could trust somebody, you can't. And there's a reason. They gave you a reason not to trust them. Yet there they are. You're hanging. Are they that popular? Are they raising your stock that much? I don't think so. Got to break out. Delete the people. Disconnect. Stomp on the snakes. And why it matters now more than ever, the world's louder. Loyalty is quieter. We live in a time where people jump ship over opinions or discomfort. Have you ever had anyone jump ship on you? You took a stance. You felt a certain way that you could have been somebody with your family or anything. You thought you could count on somebody to have your back and they jumped ship. The few who stayed are the ones that you should keep. And you know this stuff, but they needs to be addressed sometimes. You don't need 1,000 people in your circle. Maybe it's one. 1 or 2 really solid people that you know you can count on. You don't need to talk to them every day or text throughout the day, but you know they're there. You always owe them a favor, they owe you a favor, and you don't even ask a question when something's needed. It's just done. Grab the people that'll bleed for you. But you have to earn those friendships. You got to be able to bleed for them first. And it's got to be in such a powerful manner that they never fucking forget it. Those are friendships. Check your circle. Audit your own loyalty. Be who you say you are, even when no one's watching. That's the true character. A sign of true character is what you're doing when no one's watching. Talk a lot. Voice gets scratchy. So I hope that makes sense. Go out there and be a friend. Have someone's back. Be the best version of yourself you can. That's in order. All right. Have a great week. This is Tuesday. Hopefully you're listening on Tuesday. If it's Wednesday, it's okay. You're a day behind, and the podcast is killing it. Solo tonight today because I let my guests off the hook because it was Memorial Day. But we got a great cast. Got a great cast coming up. And I'm trying to spread it out. This is new. I hope I'm getting better. I hope I'm adding value to your day. If you can grab one or two things out of this to make you better and apply it. Whoever's podcast you're listening to, it's great. Whatever book you're reading, perfect. But apply this shit. Just regurgitating that you read a book and you're telling other people about it, and then I don't see it applied. Why not? Because it's uncomfortable? Could go into that too. So many of you guys read so much. You're in everybody's podcast, every video, every Audible. You know the names of the important people, the great salesmen, the social media, the influencers. You know the people, but you're spending too much time on those people. Apply it in your own life. You cannot spend all day telling people to watch this certain podcast or read this book. What have you done with it? Read a few freaking pages and do it. Maximize it. All right. We got to plug our sponsor here, Rehab Supplements Lab, unlocking human potential, specializing in cutting-edge and sophisticated health supplements. RehabSups.com. Live long, live strong. RehabSups.com. Go to the website, check it out. Best products on earth, including the perfect pre-workout. HansHartleben.com. Learn a little bit more about me. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Hans Hartleben, Instagram, Hans Hartleben. All right, I'm going to make an attempt at singing here. It's been a while.
Look into my eyes, you will see what you mean to me. Search your heart, search your soul, and when you find me there, you'll search no more. Yes! Have a great week, everybody, and do it with intensity.
Or not at all. Out. Finally found that button.